Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NVIDIA GeForce GTX Challenge. And we are getting towards the pointy end of things. Day's starting to finish up. The leaderboard is starting to take shape, and we're going to be into some Dota 2 Reborn in just a moment, Toby.
Yeah, this is my time. My time to feel all knowledgeable and factual about different things. It's a fun new world of Dota 2. Custom games only recently released, and it's kind of taking the scene by storm. A lot of people are logging in. It's all still in beta, so normally there's a lot of bugs in a lot of these games, but Overthrow is a game that's made directly by Valve. So it came with Reborn, so it's fairly clean. There's no real discernible bugs in this game at all, so it's good fun. It's good fun.
So there's multiple formats for Overthrow. You can have free-for-all, 2v2, v2, 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 or 3v3, v3, which is what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, that we are. So I think we're going to bring up the rules in just a couple of moments. I have been told as well that we're running 2 semi-finals and then the grand final. Now, the team which is going directly into the grand final are the Spanish. So, so each team plays 2 rounds of Overthrow, 3v3. The last team only plays 1 round, and that is, I believe, the Spanish.
Right.
So the rounds end after 15 minutes or when a team reaches 30 kills. Now, 30 kills can be achieved in basically 4 to 5 minutes. Roughly.
Okay.
And the team with the most kills wins. The game will automatically just declare the victor at that point. We'll be watching, because Reborn is obviously a beta, there's no spectator modes for these custom games. So we're watching off the perspectives of the players, so you'll be having fog of war coming in and out all the time. But we'll still be able to see the leaderboard up on the top of our screen at all times.
Now I want to talk to you about this map, specifically Overthrow, because while there are some sort of some heroes that are disabled, some you can't buy Dagon as well, I don't think, in this one. But let's talk about what some potential strategies are. How would like an average game of Overthrow play out?
An average game, it's pretty much the initial rush for the mid. You want to try and find your early levels. You want to get into the circle, because by being inside the circle in the middle of the field, you gain both experience and gold for every second you stand in there. So most of the time you're battling for that position. So the initial race is to get there, and if you see an opening for a kill, you go for it. Or if your combo is meant to find early kills, you go for it. If not, you stand your ground and you just try and hold your position.
All right, well, it's going to be interesting. I guess there's definitely incentive for teams to vie for supremacy and to stay around that central area. Let's talk about, I guess, what we might expect to see here, because you even had some conversations earlier today. Some people obviously recognized you and wanted to come up and talk about Dota and maybe share some strategies. What is the ideal kinds of heroes to go for here? Because obviously we have some heroes that rely on a lot of spell power or a lot of like getting farmed up, but then some heroes with good escape potential, good sustain, or ability to sort of survive in long fights. What's the ideal?
It depends how you want to play it. Most of the time you're still looking for combo heroes. So you want to have an initiator and a follow-up. Initiator is someone who has the ability to close the distance onto a hero or has the ability to stun. And this comes in many different forms.
Like Earthshaker, for example?
Yeah, ES could be one. But at the same time, you also want to have someone that can easily move on to like another target straight away. Earthshaker's Fishes can be on cooldown for a long time. Like in most games, he's a jumping kind of guy, and he'll throw everything he's got. One person will die, and then he has to wait a little bit longer before he can throw it again. So you try and find these heroes which can just keep standing and continuously being a part of the action, because you don't just kill one person and say, I've won the game. You kill 30 people and then you win the game.
Keep going.
Yeah, so you got to hold your ground, stand true, and so you find these heroes that can keep on throwing out utility abilities, or if they've got ultimates, to try and look for low cooldowns as well, just so they're always there ready to fight and they've always got their abilities. So
let's talk about some of your picks of heroes you'd like to see here. You sort of said that there are some good combinations or single heroes to take and some bad ones. What are you hoping to see here?
I was actually asked like what heroes should I play, like the players play when they went into the game, and it's really difficult to say, okay, well, you should just like pick up like Tuskar, Techies, and Lina. Like your burst combo is going to be fantastic. You can maintain position, but unless you know how to play these heroes, you probably can't do much.
Sure.
So for a lot of the players who are here, they should just look for heroes who are capable of surviving a lot longer just through their passive nature. Doesn't require a lot of like skill to execute the hero. One of the heroes I always suggest for newcomers is a hero like a Venomancer, because you can basically just throw down Plague Wards at level 4. They're very difficult to kill off. And then you've got your Gale and you've got your Nova. Like Nova is like huge AoE, gunk up everyone with your Poison Nova, and it slowly ticks them down. So you have heroes like this, which are very simple to play. And you should kind of go down that line. Another hero which I also flagged was someone like a Templar Assassin, who has the ability to block damage due to refraction, and also has the potential to go into a big damage dealing style hero. So you've got your defensive nature and you get the bonus damage from refraction. So you're more than likely able to survive and find pickoffs with that hero. So I also push someone down that line saying you should probably look at the TA. Okay. So there's a couple of heroes like that. I'm interested to see what the players pick, because obviously they wouldn't have had a lot of time to work this out. So we have our first round, which will be the UK, Poland, and the Nords. Now, the Nordic team is actually full of a couple of Dota players.
You did mention that. I think they said they were practicing a bit as well.
So this is us jumping in the game. So let's look at the combos we've got. I'm already very concerned about the Team 3 combo. I'm not quite sure exactly who is Team 3. This could actually be a bit of a problem for us, because we need to find out who is who. But I'm fairly certain that's the Nordic team who's number 1, because they told me this strat. The Zeus, Tiny, and Lina. They've actually put the Lina into this because of something I said, but you're noticing that just holding the mid. So this is a problem right now, that the only team that's in the middle of the map is the Nordic team. So they're already cracking level 4, and the other team has only just arrived. So they've missed a lot of time here, and there's no levels coming into the other heroes on the map.
Huge advantage already. You can see Zonda only level 2 on that Shadow Fiend, and the Nordic guys are level 4. You can see the Zeus in there, and the Tiny going in.
This is where the Nordic lineup just works perfectly, but they're out of mana. So they've expended a hell of a lot, but they've got no mana to work with. Now, they did bring some clarities, but the looks of it, Zeus has just activated 1. But they throw their burst combo out, and then there's nothing more to do. Tiny throws an avalanche and toss, which is his first 2 abilities.
The level advantage is insane.
Yeah, that's actually too easy. The sniper can't do anything. They even get Laguna Blade. They're getting the 300 coins too, which that's a kobold, which is sitting on his throne. So you better see him toss up a coin. If you click that, you get 300 gold. And with the Nordic controlling the mid, they're getting all the levels. They're getting all the gold, and with that you can't stop them. So they have to go back to base. That's the only downside about this. You have to go back to base to buy up new items, as well as in fact regenerate your mana up. So you come in it's like a fountain. So you get everything back again. So Lina's trying to go directly for Arcane Boots, which will spill out mana to everyone who's there. And into the Agate himself to build up. So you get pure damage out from her ultimate.
Yeah, ultimate definitely going to be powered up a little bit more.
And this is the movement for the item. So this is one of the easiest things you can do. You secure the spot, and then you grab the item. So Tiny's got himself a Glimmer Cape, which is actually a really cool item to have in this game mode. And that Pudge is totally dead. Laguna Blade didn't need to be used on her. But yeah, that was... This game is all Nordic. If anyone actually gets a kill in this game, I'll be very, very surprised. The Nordic team have got enough farm and enough life, they can probably survive anything that gets thrown at them. The Juggernaut, the SF, and the Sniper, they all require too much farm. They're all hard carries. So until they're not really effective in the early stage. This Spit is the only good early...
He is immune to magic damage while doing this. That's one thing, I guess, that is a bonus. Correct. But after that...
He still takes all the physical damage, and they just wait it out. So it's a pretty simple task. The SF doesn't get any levels. The Pudge is all about, you hook people in and then you go for your Rot Dismember, but this only works when Pudge has an advantage. The Ricky Maru is kind of like one of these sneaky heroes because you can be invisible at the early stages, so that's kind of nice. But the downside then is, you're not getting any levels, so you're not finding any momentum, and you have to come out of invis to attack, which is when you then get burst down by the nuke damage. And even if you do turn invis, the avalanche is still going to connect on you because it's an AoE ability. Same with Light Strike Array as well as Dragon Slave, which are 2 abilities of Lina. That's her first 2 abilities.
See, Zonda is contemplating his item choices here, and he seems to be struggling a bit.
At this point as an SF, you've got no momentum because you've got no souls. He also hasn't leveled up his abilities yet. He's sitting at level 4 and hasn't gotten anything. So this is very, very problematic.
No one else has any kills. This is unbelievable.
Yeah. And the Juggernaut's trying to stand his ground up against the Zeus. This isn't going to work. And I don't think they realize the importance of being inside the circle. So you notice right now that the SF is getting some gold and experience ticking in. This is just the standard stuff you get being outside the base. He's about to get nuked down by Lena if he's not careful. But she doesn't have vision here.
Is that Shadow Fiend? So it's ridiculous deficit.
Just a run in for the gold. Unfortunately for him, he just can't survive that nukage power. The Blade Mail is 9